you're gonna grab that? Okay. Oh yeah, there we are. Are we in? Sound check. Is anyone out there? Can you hear the sound? Can you hear the sound? No, it can't be a bad connection. I have full Wi-Fi. Let's see. Can you hear the sound? Can you hear the sound? We might have to just go the traditional way. It says bad connection, but you have full bars. I can see you and hear you. All right, we're in. What's up? All right. Whoa, this is The Illusion reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. I'm here with Leo Romero, who's given me the pleasure of doing a on-site interview. Thank you. And we got Baby Al to just mix it up on a live vibe.
Yeah,
We don't know.
guest.
We don't know. So I like to just do the work right off the bat, like, you know, the shout out to the sponsors, projects you're on, the thanks, whatever you need to do for your business side of being a skateboarder.
Yeah. Sponsors are Toy Machine, America Footwear, America Skateboard Shoes actually, Indie Trucks, Bronson Bearings, Pig Wheels, and Bro Style Grip Tape, and Ashbury Sunglasses, and
Nice, you got sunglass sponsor.
Yeah, that's pretty much covers it, I think.
What are you working on? Anything?
Getting my ankle healed up right now, but just kind of finished a barracks push part, which should be out on 420 for all you stoners.
Nice, at 420 apart. You gotta love that. Ankles jammed up, huh?
Yeah, I had surgery like a week after I saw you.
Really?
Yeah.
That was your final move?
I just had that was my last couple of days of skating, so I was going out every single day just trying to just get as much as I can, you know, because I started off the part off of surgery, and then I ended up because I had to get the stuff removed that got put in, which was 7 screws and a plate.
Ah, gnarly.
So at that point I was I didn't want that to stay in me, because you're allowed to take it out after a year or something, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I was when I'm able to take it out, I'm gonna take it out, and I kind of went past it, and the video part was kind of they weren't sure what the deadlines were, and they kept on changing them, and I was just over waiting for it, so I just went for it, and I was I'm just gonna get this stuff out of me. I just didn't like that metal in me.
I don't blame you, man.
Yeah.
Metal's no fun. So double check. We're all good out there? Someone's typing a thing. Gotta get nervous. We don't want to lose our footage. Anyone out there? Anyone out there? I might have to go to traditional. It's bad. There it is. Yeah, bro, we're good. We're good. You're good. All right. So I only asked one question. What do you think about the aliens?
I like the aliens.
The aliens. You're down with them?
I'm down with aliens. Yeah.
Are they here? Are they waiting on off planet?
I think if there are aliens, which I'm sure there is some sort of alien life form, I don't think it's anything we have even thought of or can comprehend just yet. The idea of us, because we're with aliens, I feel people are saying what they think they will be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's you're kind of talking to yourself. I think aliens are like this, but it's I think that's your own opinion and your own biases getting the best of you.
Kind of project it.
Yeah. So I think I'm not even smart enough or bold enough to even try to assume what an alien is, or if it's a life force or energy source or something like that. Because it doesn't have to be a big-headed thing with 2 eyes. It could be just a weird ball of energy that's came from something, you know.
See, I'm rolling. I've come full circle. I used to be about the grays and all that kind of stuff, and then I was we're kind of the aliens, if it's that look.
That template, but
that template.
But there's this interview with not completely off topic, but it's kind of in the same vein. There's an interview with James Cameron, the director of Avatar, and Terminator 2 and Terminator 1 and all those great movies.
Terminator.
Ledge. But so they were asking him, and they're interviewing him specifically about Avatar, which was the movie about the aliens, you know what I mean?
Sure.
A different planet. And they asked him why did you make the aliens so humanistic? Why did you make them look more like humans? And he was because it's a movie for humans. You know what I mean? So that it's kind of that's a very interesting thing, because it's that makes me that's like makes sense where people like project what they want to see to like for their own for their own biases, or even like their own like ceiling mind. Like if you don't know enough or more, you're just like kind of like grasping at straws and saying what you think, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I forgot about the sun issue.
Is it blurred?
Nah, it might get hot. There we go. So yeah, I'm with you on that whole thing. Well, it's like self-fulfilling prophecy, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like you could. It's easy to like make your own assumption of what it could be with not having any knowledge of it. So for me, I'm just like, I like to think there are things out there, but I think that like they're so rad and so great that we haven't even come close to even touching what they could be or what they are.
Yeah. Well, because the whole like if they're like a skin suit type form, like they have to come in some sort of vehicle,
or it could be even something different that we don't know about. It could be energy, like
I'm on the energy
or some sort of light or some sort of just different. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because I don't buy the VW buses from outer space.
Yeah.
Like when I started to think about the whole alien thing, I was like, but they always have them coming in a craft, and I'm like, they didn't drive some VW bus across the galaxy.
Yeah,
they come
road trip over here.
Yeah, like they're. I think it's more all encompassing.
Yeah.
Energy field.
Yeah, it's something like that. I mean, there's just so much that it could be that to put it in terms of like a figure that we can like relate to, then that's just like that's a bit silly to me.
I'm with you on that because like as I've evolved, I figured I'm more of a beam of light than this actual skin suit that I occupy. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like when you get into the whole metaphysical exploration of self, dude. Like what really are you?
Yeah.
So I get that whole like projecting it on like what are you? We haven't even figured out what
they don't want
we are.
They don't want labels just as much as we don't want labels.
Yeah, I don't want to be labeled, man. People are always trying to put you in a box, right? Don't put baby in a box.
Exactly. Don't put him in a box.
What boxes are they putting you into?
I don't know if they are putting me in a box. I don't think anyone cares anymore. There's no box for me.
They've let you be you.
Yeah, they let me be me. Yeah.
That's sick. So you broke free of the box.
I think maybe. I don't know. I don't think anyone's even paying attention enough to even like have the idea to break free. I think I'm just left alone.
To skate, do your thing.
Until I fade out of everything.
Yeah, better to burn out than fade away. Fade away than burn out. How does the saying go? I don't know. So you play music and stuff too, right? So you got a sideline creative endeavor.
I don't know if it's like a sideline. It's just like thinking about it like chronologically over time. Like I've always been like somewhat creative, like as a kid, drawing and like being into like drawing and like just then getting into skateboarding, which is like creative for the most part. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or at least I think like what I like looking for spots and like what I do is like somewhat creative, And then I think it just if you stay creative, you will start doing other creative stuff. Like if it wasn't like music, maybe I'd be like sculpting or like continue painting or like
absolutely or
do like I don't know like carpentry or something. You know what I mean? Like if you're a creative person, you will constantly be doing something new and creative.
I'm a firm believer in that. You have to let the freak flag fly, so to speak.
Exactly, and I think my freak flag's been flying since I was born. So
yeah, I get it. Me too, man. That's the trippy thing about skaters. See the world a different way, just by its very nature.
Yeah.
I always trip on the sort of conformist skater.
Yeah.
Which I think they're trying to do.
I think in a sense, it's happening not by like purposefulness, because I feel like these huge companies because I mean these companies are now creating contests to like kind of like group skaters and to obviously make money. So it's like Vans is making like the bowl contest. Like they want to be in charge of that. They want to own that. And it's just like Nike or DC owns Street League. Like these companies want to own these contests and then basically like make it look like an advertisement while these skaters are skating them.
Yeah.
And each contest, there's like the majority of the skaters are riding for Nike or Vans or whatever. So it's like it's all pretty bland. And I don't mean that in a bad way, because like obviously like that's like a progression where skateboarding's going. It just from someone where like I feel like you look at like an example for me is like I was watching an old 411 or an old On video, and there was like a Tampa contest, and it was like I think it was like Costner, just a bunch of fucking rad dudes skating around, but you see the whole park like riddled with like DVS stickers, like Shorty's Black Magic and like America and like S stickers and just like all these variety of companies and so much color and just like, and it was like just it looks sick, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
It just like it seemed more organic, you know, and it just looked rad. And you look at it now and it's just like bland and just one company and everyone has like and everyone looks the same. And
well, it's the sterile gray concrete weird thing they got going. We're all good out there, right? I'm all nervous. I've never done the live. These y'all got one shot at an interview. We're good, right?
There's like.
Okay, I think it's the signal settled in, man. I don't know though, dude. Yeah, it's all right. And then we can carry on. No, I've been tripping on it because that's like the weird thing, like the Olympics.
Yeah.
People are like all up in arms about the Olympic, but a lot of people are like, "What? Let it happen." And then I was tripping on the Pedro Barris's thing about the committees lumping it in with like other skating activities, like it's gone political.
What do you mean? I don't really pay attention too much.
I don't pay attention to it much either, but I caught some weird thing where he was all up in arms about the Brazilian contingent or league or whatever it is, calling it skating versus skateboarding and it being lumped into all like other skating activities.
That's so dumb.
Because he's talking about boycotting it and
like he didn't want it to be lumped into like he's like it's not like ice skating or like
it's skateboarding.
Yeah.
And there should be the governing body should be skateboarding and skaters. It's skate parks built by skateboarders versus engineering firms.
I think that's just like pretty dumb because who cares? Like, I mean, maybe like me because I don't really care much about it. Yeah, it's easy for me to say like who cares, but I mean if he's if he's like maybe he has like some sort of financial gain that can maybe contribute to that. You know what I mean?
Well, he would be a no doubt gold medal contender in the Olympics.
I mean,
dude, for sure, it is the field of it.
It's one of those things where like a lot of people like were complaining and like were like saying like that's lame, like that's whack, and like, but people were saying that when like companies like Adidas and Nike were coming in, and now everyone is just like now everyone wears them and works for them. So it's just like at one point everyone that was complaining for the Olympics is probably gonna be like they're like cheering it on or doing something for it. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing, right? Like everyone could be broke and fucking scraping it along like it used to be, or everyone could actually be like making some dough and progressing and being able to take care of themselves in that sense. Like, I mean, how old are you? 30, okay, I'm 47. So, like when there was once upon a time, dude, you couldn't like get Vans, skate highs.
Yeah.
There was like a window, like all you could get was Airwalks, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Like now you can just get any fucking thing you want.
Yeah.
Like product wise, but that all trickles down to like there's a bunch of skaters that are actually able to like feed themselves and like house themselves and have a car that like works, and some have gone off the deep end a little bit, I think, but you know what I mean? That wasn't, if you look, that old footage and stuff, even like when 411 was coming out, it was still pretty stripped down financially.
It was definitely like a bare bones operation for sure. And then like with what I'm saying, like I don't mean like to disregard those companies or the people that ride for them, because I mean if you have a kid and a mortgage, like by all means make that fucking, like who am I to fucking take money out of anyone's pocket, I
don't think they can kill skating like they did other sports.
I don't think they can. I mean, I don't think like to kill skating is like that's an absurd thing to say, but just because like even if skateboarding completely bland, I'll still be at the skate park like skating. You know what I mean? And then it won't kill it for me. It won't ruin like
I don't.
It all it gives me like an idea is like, oh, that part of skateboarding sucks.
Yeah.
To me, like I think it just doesn't look cool, but then there'll always be like coolest part to skating.
Well, that was like remember the X Games? Like it all started out, and everyone was like, "Who cares about the X Games?" And then all of a sudden,
it turned into huge.
Then the mega ramp showed up, and people were like, "What the fuck is that?"
People are quick to judge, and people are quick to assume, and I mean that just goes even beyond skating. Like people just like need their 2 cents out there. Like fuck that, or like that's what, you know what I mean? They just need to be heard.
They need to
for
put,
no,
it, in
for
a,
no
put
reason.
it in a box.
Yeah.
Well, that's the social media age we live. Everyone can have an opinion.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, and
really flaunt it.
yeah, it's definitely like everyone's really just gung ho about it.
Oh, beyond gung ho. It's tiring.
Yeah, at one point. Well, that's glass.
Oh, he's cool. He's
He's resilient.
he's not. Well, we raised him all like. He's never been with anyone besides me or his mom or sister.
Yeah.
One day I left him when I had filmed the Workaholics. I had to go like leave him with this gal we know.
Okay.
But they say if you raise them like that, they don't do stupid stuff.
You're constantly like not mediating, but just like be like, hey, don't do like he knows.
Not
like,
even that, but just you being like an energy field with them, or like they're not tripping on it. They're just looking at you for like guidance. Like he's never swallowed anything.
Oh really? Like
Yeah.
Put anything in his mouth or anything?
And like had a close to a choke, knock on wood. But
Yeah.
it's this weird thing where they say because it's like they're so focused on you as their like their
They know they're being
parent
watched.
that they're watching you and they're not all confused about who they're watching. And so they don't do the like the weird things that like kids that get raised in other environments do.
Okay.
It's pretty trippy, man. Like it's called, I forget what it's called, some sort of co-parenting or something.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't like walk to the edge of things and like fall off stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
He just walks to the edge.
he listens. Like I teach him things. And
Yeah.
he'll like be like, okay. Yeah,
That's sick.
Yeah. He's super sharp, dude. Like I get pretty fired up. He was cool on the battleship, man.
That's sick.
Yeah, he was just fully roaming around.
He's just hanging. Look at him. He's like, I'm just chilling.
Oh yeah. He loves it, dude. He's part of the action, dude.
Yeah.
he's in on it, man. No, that's so. All right, so if as a creative person, everything took a weird spin like 2 months ago with the whole president and the are you paying attention to any of that nonsense?
I pay like a little attention, just like what I see on the news. You know what I mean? But I mean, I'm obviously not for that dude, and I'm obviously not for the opposing. And it's just like I think the people that can like make a difference or like have so much weighing on them that it's like tough for them to even get out there and like get in that position. You know what I mean? Because I mean like a real believer of like the common good for the common man, like that's so low on the totem pole when it comes to like being that high in the political game.
Oh yeah, they're all corrupt.
Yeah, so it's like, I mean, it's easy to stand up and say fuck this and fuck that, but I mean, like I'm personally, I'm not like educated enough in politics to like argue with someone. You know what I mean? Especially someone that's so like enthusiastic and like has so much conviction towards a certain opinion. And it's just like, that's fine, that's your opinion. I don't have to respect it. You can have your own opinion.
Yeah,
you know
freedom,
what I mean?
right? You're free to think what you want.
But yeah, I mean that's just. I mean, we've just been fucked for a while, but. I mean,
Oh yeah, but it's interesting. I've watched potentially like mellow people didn't care 2 bits about it.
Yeah.
All of a sudden flip a switch and they're
Yeah.
like one way or the other.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't. I think they're all part of the same scam anyhow.
No, and exactly, and that's like, I think that's the point for me. I'm just like, who am I gonna believe? Like some media company, some like elected official, some like bullshit person that's telling me what they want me to hear, what they believe. You know what I mean? It's like I'd rather keep my opinion to myself and in a way just like kind of distance myself, and not in like in an ignorant way, because obviously like know what's going on, you know what I mean, but I don't like invest like my life into it because it'll just drain you.
Well, yeah, I think there's a lot of that alien thing we were talking about too. Is people are projecting exactly what they need it to be for themselves.
Maybe and for all I know, like they could be right. They like this could be the Antichrist or whatever, you know what I mean? And they could be right, and I mean for the most part he is pretty fucked up, you know what I mean? But
They all are. Well, I think they're the very nature of the system is.
Yeah, and I was going through a lot like this past year, just with like getting surgeries and and trying to film like a part within such a short amount of time. So like my focus was elsewhere.
Good.
I didn't have time to like stew on it. You know what I mean? So I think that helped me out a lot. But yeah, I mean, I would say fuck every politician. And
That's right. No, that's the truth of the matter right there. No, I've been, it's interesting because on this thing, it's because my whole thing's about the holographic nature of the universe. It's why I'm the illusion, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even here, dude. You created me today because
Yeah.
it was a slow day in Long Beach.
Yeah.
Like I need this dude to show up just to entertain me for a moment,
Yeah.
or what, vice versa, right? So, but I've noticed that like people are like trapping themselves in the paradox of what it is.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Getting so wound up in something it could be anything. But
no, in like, and it's kind of easily to have an opinion and have like so many people like you can like have this like huge forum that people are against it, whether it's like the opinion against, opinion for, the opinion that's like against both of those opinions. There's like huge communities online that you can just like fall into, you know what I mean? And which
I was tripping on. I've been listening to this pretty trippy podcast called No Agenda, and they're kind of stipulating that there's been a split in there's two universes occupying the same space right now.
Yeah.
Whether it's basically the stipulation is the CERN, the Hadron Collider they turned it on to full power.
Yeah.
And it split the universe in half, and there's these two ways of seeing the world we exist in right now.
Yeah.
And that people either see it one way or the other way, and there's no like middle ground for them.
I mean, I feel like that's how it is in our country, and I think that's like a thing like devised by the government to like it's like a thing devised by our government to like split us apart.
Yeah.
Because it's easier to like
divide and conquer.
Yeah, and it's like, and I find that to be kind of ironic in the sense where there's these two driven sides where initially both sides are pissed. And it's
They're
just
all
like,
fighting the same thing, right? They're fighting the man.
Yeah, they're all fighting the man, but it's just like, but you're not really fighting the man. You're fighting each other.
Yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And that to me is like the funniest thing. It's like no matter what, like the shittiest part about all this is like we're not gonna prevail because we're too busy fighting each other.
Well, that was the thing I always appreciated about skateboarding. Was like no matter where you went, you were a skateboarder.
Yeah, but even like I feel with that even with skateboarding because like when I was a kid, like I would go to there wasn't a skate park in my town, so I'd go to the skate park.
Where'd you grow up?
Fontana, California.
Okay.
So I'd go to the skate park in Ranch Cucamonga, and like dudes wear assholes to like kids.
Really?
You know what I mean? Like, and that's just like a thing. And that's just like you go to the park up the street. There's not even skateboarding. It's just like common human. Like biology that you just like who's this new guy, like oh he's like who are these guys coming into our fucking zone, you know?
Yeah, that's a weird trip, man. I had some sort of caveman technology, dude. Like we're still crazy monkeys at the end of the
We're still monkeys.
Yeah. Like I mean crazy.
Yeah.
Well that was
we're still throwing shit on each other.
Well that was the
verbally now.
Verbally and but it was weird. I was sitting on that battleship today, right? And have you ever been to it?
I just been around it.
You haven't been on it?
Yeah, I haven't been on it.
Dude, you can feel it. Like people have died on that thing.
I've been to
it's been in wars and shit.
I've been to the Hanoi Hotel, which is in Vietnam, Hanoi.
Really?
And that's like where they would.
The Hanoi Hilton.
Yeah, Hanoi Hilton. I'm sorry. Yeah. So they would keep people captive there and just like kind of. They would torture them, and like, and it's like it's like you walk in there and you, it gets colder, like no matter, like I remember being in Vietnam and it was like hot as balls, but you walked into that Hanoi hotel, and you're like, it's like cold in here, and like the hairs on your neck stand up, you know what I mean, and you it's like you feel a sense of like I don't even know how to describe it, but I would think it's like along the lines of what you feel when you're on that ship.
Yeah, like
something like shit happened.
Shit happened. Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there and I was like, whoa, and then I'm sitting on this piece of equipment, man. I mean, it's a pretty gnarly looking thing.
Yeah, that's.
But you look at it, but like I can appreciate it like for the lines and artistically and
For what I mean, what it is. Like,
yeah, it's a machine and this thing, and then but there ultimately is this realization that it was made for nothing else but killing people. And it's like, it's pretty trippy, man. I was sitting there and I was just like, wow.
Like that thing was pointed at things exactly like you.
Yeah, to kill them.
And the only difference was they just lived in a different part.
Yeah, they had a different idea.
And it wasn't even their idea for them to use
they
that.
They just got caught.
They were just like, you have to go do this for us.
Yeah, it's weird. Well, that's why I worry like about like the state of reality now is like the waves of people. You can just get swept like.
Yeah.
You know, historically, but then I think, you know, it's like the aliens. You just don't create the energy, right? Switch the energy field, and you can't get caught in it. It could be ignorance, but I'm giving it a try.
I mean, it's really tough to say, you know.
But like,
even the smartest people are dumb as hell, you know.
You said it, truth. Well, it's weird. Like I have that moment where I'll be like pulling up. I'm like driving over here. I'm like, there's nothing going on today.
Yeah.
Like they're building some new bridge. That fucking almost stopped my car. It'd be like, whoa, that is trippy.
Yeah.
That bridge. See all the weird.
Yeah, it's crazy.
The things.
When I drive over, I look at it and just like, I picture like, what if someone bagged me, and then they like took the bag off and I was on top of one of those pillars.
Dude.
I was there by myself.
Do you like heights?
No, I'm terrified.
Me too, man. I was thinking, oh.
That's the one thing I'm just terrified of is heights.
I'm not down with heights one bit, man. But yeah, just stuck on the pillar.
Yeah, just dangling.
No.
Just wake. Imagine just going to sleep and you wake up on the pillar just with naked, just up there.
Yeah, no rope, no nothing. Just, now what?
Yeah.
Curl up in a ball and cry, right?
Hope someone comes and saves you.
Yeah. No, but I look at that, right? Like they're like just like a bunch of people come together to build a bridge.
Yeah, and I mean the prep time before that, like the architects that
years and years, man. Yeah. Like
that probably got finalized to build probably like 10 years ago.
But I was tripping on like, you know how like the tops of the pillars with the rebar?
Yeah.
But they're all perfectly like angled out, so when they lay it, it'll have the swooping turn on it.
Yeah.
And I was like, people can do some pretty incredible stuff when they put their like, that's what I mean. It's like, talk about a juxtaposition.
Like if they work together, yeah.
But at the same time they can work together to build this other thing.
Yeah.
Like it's just total destruction.
Yeah.
But then here they are building this like bridge, which is total unification. Like to get from one side to the, it's like people are no shortage interesting to me.
No,
like,
totally. I mean, like, and that in lies like the downfall and the beauty of it. If you can just figure out everyone's the same thing and everyone is on the same place. It's just like, that's ultimately what it is. It's like, we're all the same.
Yeah.
Like, we're all on the same spaceship Earth.
That's my whole trip about it. Like, if you...
but if we ran out of gas, we're all running out of gas and we're all fucked.
That's why I trip, like, it's 2017 and, like, we are, like, the interconnectivity is real.
Yeah.
Like, you can get a hold of pretty much, like, you know, there's 6 degrees of separation, right? Like, they say it's, you know 6 people, you can know everyone on the planet.
Oh, yeah.
That type of weird thing. And I think it's even less now because you can literally, like, get a hold
Some
of
people, like,
Twitter.
know more people on their device than they do in real life.
I mean, you got the same thing probably going on, too. Like, on Facebook, like, I don't know who any of them are, except a couple, like, people I know. But I got thousands of people. I have no idea who they are, but I read their feed.
Yeah.
And it's, if they could only see what I see, that there's this opposite thoughts.
Well, I think people, like, live within those boundaries. It's like, to some degree, I think people live, like, on the screen on their phone.
Yeah.
I think it's like, and I don't think that's the thing people, like, you just fall into that, you know what I mean? Like, I fall into just being on my phone, like, all night. I live in that weird, just stacking world where I'm just scrolling, you know what I mean?
I trip out on it, man.
It's depressing.
It's kind of...
if you spend all day on your phone, like, it's a bummer.
Like...
You get no real-life stimulation.
None. And, well, I think that's part of the man's gig too, is to keep you from
Yeah.
out from rolling around checking things out.
Yeah, keep you separated and keeping tabs on you.
Well, because there's no, like, it's like that thing is like you said you've been to Ho Chi Minh City, right? Saw the Hanoi Hilton. Like, that's like you went about into the world.
Yeah.
Like, most people don't need to anymore. They're like in there, like,
I mean, no, the thing is, like,
scrolling.
everyone needs to.
No, but that's what I mean.
Everyone
It's like
needs to, but no one really does. Like,
well, you know, America has the lowest per capita passport holder of any first world nation. Less people per capita have a passport in America.
I mean,
than,
it is tough and expensive to get out of like the U.S. to like any other country other than Mexico and Canada. You know what I mean? So like that could play a factor into it because like I mean, you live in Rome, you have your passport because you can go to France, you can go to. You can go like it's really easy to travel around.
I don't know. When I was down in the traveling I've done around, like, dude, no matter where you are, there's Australians and Germans.
Well, Australians love to party, just go everywhere. I mean,
But
I got.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I met these guys when I was down in Chile that I hung out with. These two dudes. They had saved up their money, can't come down there, bought a car online, and were driving from Chile north.
Yeah.
Like
Out here.
up to the States. Yeah. Like la-di-da, like didn't speak any Spanish, didn't care. Like we're just like we're going. Like so, like we're like we can't like you can. I've seen it.
I think also like maybe Americans are a bit more stubborn, but I mean I don't know.
We like it pretty cushy too.
Yeah, but I don't know. I think that's a hard thing to say just because statistically like there's a lot of factors that go into all that stuff. You know what I mean?
Well, I think we're pretty tamped down with the schedule. Like, you're stoked. You're a skater, dude. Like, you have a pretty open schedule.
My life's a fucking joke compared to, like, what people do for a living.
Isn't that amazing, though?
But, I mean, I am literally still doing the exact same thing I was doing when I was, like, 13.
Isn't that a trip?
Yeah. I could just, like, buy beer and cigarettes now.
No, but, like, see, I'm into that whole thing. It's like you manifested the life you want. Like, at some point, you're like, this is what I want to do. I'm going to do it, and I'm going to put my natural talent into the thing, and a bunch of stuff collided to help you along the way.
Yeah, I think it was more accidental than that, though. I don't think I can take as much credit as you're giving me even right there. Because I think it was like because like the only time I've had time to sit down and think about like my life and where I was once I broke my ankle.
Really?
That's it. And that was like at age, I broke it like at age 29 basically.
Really?
Yeah, and that's the one time where I like stopped moving for like a long period of time.
Interesting.
And like, I realized I was like, oh man, like I haven't like really stopped in like 20 years. So it's like, for me, like once I started skating, I loved it and I still love it. And it was like I got to I ended up somewhere and I was like, holy shit, I'm like sponsored now. And I was like, I gotta keep on skating. I want to keep on skating, going on trips. And I ended up being pro. And then that turned, I was like, fuck, like this is awesome, like dream come true. A few years down the line, I'm like still pro and I'm like still like going to Europe, getting more sponsors. And then years down the road, I get skater of the year and I'm just like, how the fuck did this happen?
By the way, that was sick.
Thank you. And I was like, how the hell did that happen? Like, who cares? Like, was last year. Let's keep it going. Let's keep the ball moving, you know? So then I was just constantly with that I didn't have time to think. I was just going, you know what I mean? And once I broke my ankle, it was like the ball stopped. And I was like, holy shit, like fuck. Then I got to look back. I was like, what the hell was all that just happened? Like, what the...
That's amazing,
like,
right?
What was all that? Like, how did I end up here? Like, God, like this is insane, you know? And I never took it for granted because, I mean, I was enjoying myself too much to even take it for granted. But when I got to that point where I was like stopped, I was like, oh man, like I am the luckiest human in the world. Like this is like the fact that I got to do this for this long is crazy, you know?
All right, so let me ask you this. So now that but you're still doing it. Here we are, but you've had a realization about like life.
I think it was more like looking back on what I'm glad I didn't like go a different road. Because I've never like I don't like to think of it as being comfortable. Like because I feel like once you get comfortable, then you begin to like lose the momentum.
Sure.
And you like if you lose the momentum, like, and I think that was like the biggest. Like I got like somewhat depressed from being hurt because I lost momentum. And once you lose momentum, you start becoming stagnant. What happens to a little pool of water when it becomes stagnant? It becomes disgusting, and bugs are all up in it. You know what I mean? So I got that like dirty pool of water mindset where I was just stagnant. I was like, God, like, and I was like, I need to be back out there, you know what I mean? So I was like, I realized that I was lucky to have people around me and the drive to get me to where I was, and that rehabilitation was like, I just need to get back out there and just keep moving, you know?
Like second wind, big fire, like.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like me being hurt for this past year was kind of like I'm just gonna try to film a video part in the shortest amount of time I can while I was hurt, and like I got like a video part. I wouldn't say it's like the best video part, but it's just like the best I could have done, and I had a great time doing it. So it's just like this is like just a fucking just me getting back into the swing of things, and like now that I got my second surgery, I'm like I want to go punch some spots. I just want to just go.
So but that's what I mean. You're psyched.
Like the tank is full. It's not emptying out for a long time. You know what I mean? Like I just want to. I want this ball to keep rolling. I have no intention of slowing it down.
So, well, that's what I mean. It's interesting. So you didn't even really have a chance to burn out. You just had a chance to stop and be like, oh my God, I'm lucky.
Something just stopped me. Just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like it was one of those things where it's like I said, I didn't take it for granted, but it's like once you get it taken from you just a little bit, then you realize like, oh man, like this is.
Want to sit up here?
Then you realize like this is like real life's a bitch, you know? Like dealing with surgeries and like 5 months of physical therapy and then like a few months of learning how to skate again. You're like, God, life is terrible. I want to go back to being a fucking kid and just like literally talking shit with my friends and just making fun of them, you know?
No, that's for me. I had this back thing happen almost a year ago, man. Like it's been it's talk about putting things into check.
Yeah.
Young guys out there, take care of your back, man.
Take care of everything. Don't smoke or drink until you're well into your 20s.
Do you eat healthy or do any stuff like that?
Yeah, I eat fairly healthy. I mean, like I've never been like a crazy eater other than like being a little kid on the road. You know what I mean? Like my family, my mom always gave me everything and made me eat all my veggies and all that stuff. And,
that's good.
Yeah, and like we were never like a well-off family. We were pretty like poor coming up. You know what I mean? So it's like, I mean, she just like did the best that she could. And
sure.
I think I had like a inherent like conscious of just like how to like eat because of just like what was available to us, you know. And within that, it's like you don't really just like go ballistic on just like crap. You kind of like
it's interesting, right?
You pick the essentials to like, because like I think of it now, it's just like my mom wasn't just trying to stuff us. She was just trying to like.
She was trying to properly like nourish you, right?
Yeah.
With a limited budget, which
exactly.
I think is super interesting, right? Like how there's a different kind of. You can have a lot of stuff and live super unhealthy. You can go to
McDonald's and just stockpile your family.
Or you can have a little and be abundant.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really how you work it.
Yeah, exactly. So I think just that, and not her teaching that to me, but just like doing that just for us, you know what I mean? Like you kind of like you learn from like your surroundings, and I think I learned from that.
That's, you know, raising a kid is pretty trippy. Like we don't have any televisions or any of that kind of stuff, dude. On that same principle of like, start them off osmotic, like, you know, with osmosis of like the right way. Like, you know, he gets pissed if he sees us scrolling.
Yeah.
He's like,
come back to real life.
He's like, dude, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, not enough, dude.
Yeah.
No, it's pretty interesting what we do with ourselves. So you're on the ride. Have you been to the abandoned cities in China thing?
No.
Is that on your list?
There's like I want that. I didn't even know about that, but like on my list right now is basically just traveling Europe, skating as much as I can, going to like Japan maybe. Like I just want to like once I'm good to go, which will probably be in a month. I'm just gonna hit the road and wait until
you're gone.
I'm just fucking out of here.
Just roll it, like literally just gone for a while.
Just gone.
Backpacking,
just skating. Just like me and Dakota just like want to go skate. Like, cause me and Dakota when I'm skating, I mean, it's just like usually always, other than this past year that's been kind of rocky, but we just go skate every morning, and he's always like, dude, like, we were lifting this busted organ out from upstairs. He's like, you all right? I was like, don't worry about me. And he's like, dude, like, who am I gonna skate with?
You're my skate dog, dude.
Yeah, and it's one of those things, like, if it was vice versa, I would be the same way. And like, he's like, one night he was drunk, and I was like walking around, and it was like shortly after my surgery. He's like, why are you walking around, dude? Like, you're bumming me out. Like, don't hurt yourself again. Like, I need you, like, to get back so we can
like
go skate.
codependent skater, right?
Yeah. And it's one of those things, like, shit, like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, and I'm just like, I need to get back out there, my fucking road dogs, you know.
What's he doing now that you've been lamed up?
He's killing it. He's still
killing it. Kills it, right?
Yeah, but we just lived it.
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of the joke, and it's kind of one of those things where it's like we travel a lot together, and we're like pretty close. So it's like,
yeah,
it's like your fucking brother's not out there with you. You're like, God, I wish my brother was out here.
Yeah, dude, this kind of sucks, dude. We're like,
yeah,
I can't tell the story without you, man.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, I trip on those Chinese cities, man, that are empty, deserted Chinese cities.
Is that the ones? Which ones are those? Is that
I don't know. There's some.
They have the nuclear fallout. So
No. In China, there's a couple trippy documentaries about these skater kids who go out to them.
Mm-hmm.
There's like they built these cities out in the middle of China that no one's like living. They're like full blown like cities, full of like city stuff to skate, and no one's there. They're like brand new.
And it's like has nothing to
Guy
do with
Mariano's
any, like,
been there and
biological or anything like that? Or
No. There's just no one living there. They just built them to keep the economy going.
Just in case.
And they're out in the middle of like the Gobi Desert.
Oh, so they built them just so when it gets crazy, people start moving out there?
Well, just because they needed to keep building things. Like no one's living there.
That's insane.
Yeah, you can go to these cities that they're just like deserted.
I might have to go there.
First world cities, dude. Yeah,
and there's all these homeless people. You just stockpile.
No, that's where the whole weird thing is. They were talking about with the fucking refugees and the thing is like, dude, why not just give them one of these cities out in the middle of China?
Yeah.
And they're like, nah.
Yeah. People are the worst thing. What's in the way of people prospering? It's people.
Well, it's that weird spaceship Earth thing. It's like if really people thought about it. Like, I think there's a weird human thing where they think stuff's coming, like, from somewhere, like, filling it up. Like, it comes, like, there's no, like, pipeline or train car or spaceship or shit filling up the planet with stuff.
We're just stockpiling
It's all that what's here. Whatever we got's here. So how is anyone making money off of it's this weird con job where people have,
it's basically using it all up, worry about it when it's gone.
Yeah, I'm not down with that.
Yeah.
That's
what it is though. Like people like use it all up and then once it's done we'll worry about it.
Yeah. No. I don't even think you need to use it all up, dude.
Yeah. I don't even think you need half the shit.
No, there's plenty, dude.
Yeah, you don't even need half the crap that they're fucking trying to put down your throat.
Well, that's the interesting thing is like, once like deep, like I haven't watched the television in 7 years.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know what they're selling. I don't know what they say I need or don't need.
Yeah.
Like even the kid, right? Like,
well, I mean, you have like you go on the internet and stuff like that, which is kind of
a little bit.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a Wi-Fi signal up at our house.
Okay.
Like we're pretty up in the hills.
Yeah.
Like I go down just to do my upload and this, and I don't really have a lot of time to like. It's pretty much upload as quick as I can till he's like, we're out of here, dude.
Yeah.
So there's not a lot of like mindless poking around. Though I do get my Facebook feed, but I just scroll through it just to see the insanity.
Yeah.
But it's this weird thing where like, so we had the baby shower, right? And people gave us stuff. You don't need any of it. People having kids, you don't need any of it. All you need is a good stroller. That's it.
I was like, wait, anyone else?
That's it. It's a good thing. They gave us shit to like heat up the wipey pad things and these blenders for the like. You don't need all of that stuff.
What was all that shit in the fucking Middle Ages? Like babies were just coming out of mud.
You didn't need it. Well, that's the thing. They're like, you get a different perspective about having a kid. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was like, whoa, dude, like it's super caveman technology. Like it's hardwired into you.
Yeah.
Like there's no like needing to read a book or like.
It's funny because I think you're the way I would look at it is like a way of like trial and error like that. Like you're like, what? Like I don't need all this stuff. Like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like kind of like a there.
Well,
like,
they tell you.
Is that hot? Oh, that's hot. Like,
Well, what they tell they. The weird thing is coming into it, people make you think you need all of these things.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I remember we were sitting there like 6 months out with boxes of stuff, and like we didn't need any of this crap. Like we just made our own baby food.
Yeah.
Like right there. Like we didn't do a bunch of weird storage things and baby wiper warmers and this and that. All you need is the stroller, man.
Yeah.
And the bag. And we don't even use that anymore. I carry a couple diapers and that's it. Like it's
I think you're a little bit more bare bones, which is like I was just hanging out with a friend of mine. She just had her kid, which is like awesome, and not to say that she's wrong or you're wrong or she's right.
No,
you're
everyone's doing
it's
it.
just their own way, and it's funny because she's like, oh, like the only thing that sucks is like you have to carry like so much shit, and you're like, I just carry like a few diapers with me.
Oh, well, that was the thing, was like I couldn't like carry all the crap.
And I think
I was like,
and I think it's just different techniques where it's just like she's obviously like has a different approach, and you're just like have a more
Yes.
caveman approach, which is just like fuck it, like, which I think that's how I would be.
Yeah, no, it's
Just out of pure selfishness, like I don't want to carry all this shit. He'll learn to survive.
no. Well, no, you need a good, really top of the line car seat.
Oh yeah.
That's the car, but you can get the thing. The hottest is the car seat stroller combo, all links together.
Yeah.
Like it's
That-
like
all
one
in
thing
one,
you
all in
get,
one.
you links together, and then you got to get the one when they get a little bit bigger, dude.
All in
But-
one.
Yeah, but like besides that, man, it is pretty like what you do and don't need. Man.
I don't plan on having any, so I'll just take your word for it.
You're not planning on having any?
I mean, I don't.
Why?
I
Dude, I said the same thing.
I mean, I don't have a desire to right now.
Well, when they show up, like that's what I was tripping with him.
They show up
When it's like,
when these little aliens show up.
dude, like they pick you, right, on the metaphysical thing. If they're
I hope they're all good right now. They don't need to pick me.
oh yeah, no, but like that's what I mean. Is like, it's like because I was at him at 45, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and like my gal's like, dude,
That's
we're having.
sick, though. 45, your boys are still swimming around like that.
Oh yeah, dude.
You still pack a wallop? That's good.
Yeah, back in a wallop, man. But that was the thing. But like when my gal told me, she was like, and I was like, okay. Like I didn't.
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
time. 45. You can't
yeah,
say
I'm
no to that.
done all my dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm not like all preoccupied, like that. And that's the thing is like, but I'm one of those like he just rolls with me. He just rolls with me, like because I am a little bit of a caveman about it.
Yeah.
Like mom went back to work to chase her career, and he's just full like he's like. Maybe we go get in the shade. I think that might be what's killing.
Just
But-
over here.
yeah, here, we'll cruise over here. There we go, yeah. We're live. This is what we do when we're live. We move things around. Boom. Hold on 1 second, people. It's like saw. Well, that was the weird thing, like,
That's a lot nicer too.
yeah, that's way better. We
you,
were
you
just.
want something? You want a water or a beer or something?
No, I'm good. I
Grab
got.
beer, is that right?
Yeah. I have a water. You want some coconut milk? We're taking you're making potato soup. Nice, dude. Are we doing good? You guys got any questions asked during intermission? Hey, Owl, come back here. Hey, where are you going? Dun 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 dun. Dude, we're doing good. Okay, we got that. Ah, thank you.
You got it.
So I've had time to actually read a question.
Oh.
What do you think about the whole theory that this is a giant computer?
Matrix.
Yeah.
If it's a computer, I've actually talked about this with a friend of mine. And it's like just that part of the Matrix where the guy's like, he's like, oh man, I want to be hooked back in. Like he takes a bite of that steak.
Yeah.
He's like, I know this is fake, but oh man, this is like way better than like eating gruel or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hello?
Oh, you're live. That was a phone call. I liked how that was right on the cue with the Matrix, there, dude.
Matrix calling, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's interesting. Like, I don't think of it as like a bad. I don't know if I don't think of it as a bad thing or if it's a good thing. If it's like that's what it is, and that's like kind of interesting that's what's going on. You know, we're being harvested by machines. I'd prefer to be harvested by machines than be harvested by humans. Because humans created machines, so like I would think like, you know what, like, because I'm all for like we're gonna destroy ourselves, and it's like that's like the irony of that, you know, like it's just like that's what's gonna happen. Like no one's gonna destroy us but us, you know what I mean?
Well, no, that's why like I think it's interesting times we live in. Like there seems to be a bunch of people who decided due to the election that this is the time to go for this weird we're gonna destroy ourselves vibe, for good or bad, whatever it may be.
Yeah, I think it's good and interesting that people are more active.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe in a good way. Like it sucks to say, like necessity is the mother of invention.
That's what I've been saying.
So like I mean, like as shitty as things can be, then like, and the thing that sucks about it is like that we are being divided by these higher up politicians, and the thing that sucks, it's like we shouldn't. Like for the common good and for the greater good, we shouldn't like fight each other. We should like instead of like this is my opinion, this is what I have to say on Twitter, or Facebook, or whatever. It's like we should like listen and pay attention and try to and fuck everyone up there. You know what I mean?
Well, that's my thing. It's the thing to like. It's now proof that it's time for all hands on deck.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, that's why the evolution is president. You're the president. Everyone's the president. Just be the president. Stop giving some donkey authority.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Reverse the contract.
Yeah.
Because if it is a computer simulation, right, then we
lost.
No, we didn't though. That's what the Morpheus is all about. Well, there's rules, but they can be bent. And
I mean,
like,
all right.
But he has a tough.
Maybe this guy's the one right here.
Well, I tripped on that. No, like in that sense.
But Al's the one, dude.
Well, I tripped that like when he showed up, right? Like, his mom's sober too. Like I'm sober. Like we did our madness, right? And I was sitting there and I was like, oh, he picked us. Like we didn't pick him. Like literally, like all of a sudden it was like we were on birth control the whole thing. Like
you guys weren't trying, and you just
dude, we were on full
flew out of your balls.
Control.
Like,
yeah, he was like, I'm in, I'm jumping in,
yeah.
And so I was looking and I was like, that's maybe a difference of the thing, because I know all my bros are late bloomers. Like they're all like having kids. Like Joe, yeah, he's having a kid too. Everyone's having these kids, and they're all. But I think they're all here to like save us because they come with like a pure energy field.
I mean,
like kids aren't bad.
Hopefully that instead of us like bringing them in here to a even shittier, darker time, you know.
I don't know, man.
I think of things like maybe more negatively, but I'd like the silver lining in things, you know.
Well,
I like spiritual music. I'm not a religious individual, but I love gospel and spiritual music and like old timey music, which was like based upon like religion and seeing the light, you know what I mean? Like I love that stuff, and like I like the silver lining, but it's like I have this in hair just like God, I like, but I think we're fucking it all up for these kids, you know.
See, I used to be on that whole trip too, and then I was like, wow, all of a sudden I got skin in the game, like.
Well, now you're just like I gotta start thinking.
Well, I got it like, cause it's that weird thing is like if the outside world's a reflection of your inner self, like I gotta change my perception.
Yeah.
Like if I choose, like I could look at the thing, and I learned it sitting in LA. You got a lot of time to make your breakthrough in traffic, right? You know, like you can
come to a lot of realizations
in traffic, and so I realized, you know, I could have it be a miserable experience, or look in the back seat and do what this dude's doing. Bus. Ooh, car. Ooh. and be like marvel at just the randomness of it all.
And it's definitely it's like an opinion, you know what I mean? Like
Sure.
for instance, that organ,
By the way, that's classic. It's going to burn it down.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the fire.
it's busted, but I mean, you could also be like, well, the bottom stack works, you know what I mean? Just like one key's missing, it's good to go, you know?
Yeah. Well, it's like it's those crazy musicians who play with like the buckets.
Yeah, it's like that's a normal person. That's a bucket. It's like, no, that's fucking percussion right there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I mean, it's tough to say. All I have to say, if it's like if we're the Matrix, I hope the robots are in charge. I hope Terminator 2 fully came through.
Yeah, the T2, not the bad one later, dude. With the
Yeah, I hope the robots took control.
dude, I must have watched that movie like 100 times in a
You
row.
have to. It's too good.
Yeah, T2, yeah, T2, that's the one.
Yeah.
When he jumps the motorcycle. Yeah, no, it's. I think it's. I've never been more at wonder about, because I started to view the world more like.
And you like initially do. You get a dog, you start thinking constantly about street traffic. You know what I mean? Like you
Yeah.
start. In any type of experience or something that comes into your life, it brings like a different like attitude and even thought process. Like, I mean, if you consciously care about it, you know what I mean? Like if you get a dog, you're like, crap, I need to think about what's in my yard. I got to think about how busy the street is, or like, oh, I got to lock the door, because like that gate, you just shut it and just like, or you can just like push it and almost shut.
You got a dog?
No, I don't have a dog. I'm just saying, like, you just have to take these different steps, and you kind of start like, oh, like that street's busy, like you might get killed. You're just like, oh no, I just gotta like lock the door. I just gotta like change my own self.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the same thing with like a kid, I would think, where you're just like, no, like, you know what, like he's gonna grow up and to fix or like be fucking real sick. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing is I look at it like that way too. Is like if it's this weird growth, like evolutionary,
Yeah.
like in my lifetime, I've seen the world get more crowded. They say that since I've been born, the population's doubled. I've seen it, like I can see it, and like,
Just driving.
yeah, just like looking at some place that was one way when I was 20, how it looks now.
Now it's like high rise.
Yeah,
It was
it's
like
just-
a three-story apartment. Now it's like
Yeah, you go to like those weird
10-story condo.
small towns in Colorado and shit.
Yeah.
You're like, whoa, what happened here?
Yeah.
And so there's this thing where I go, but at the same time, we have more information about the thing, whatever it is, than we ever did before. But maybe ignorance is bliss.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's pretty. That's why like art to me is like the thing, right? Art's timeless, right?
I mean, yeah, but even with that said, there's critics to art, and there's aficionados, and then there's like scholars to art. So even it's the most simple, most beautiful thing can be destroyed by something like that.
Well, that's a trip. Do you
By
do,
humans.
Yeah.
By
Do
their
you ever do the
opinions.
Juxtapose magazine?
Yeah, I check it out.
So I'll be doing my art, right? And fuck, my shit's so it's what I can do.
I dig it. I was on the Instagram.
Oh,
It's
okay.
sick. Yeah, it looks sick.
Yeah, it's just my thing, right?
Yeah.
But I'll like go into Juxtapose, and the ego will crush me. Like I'll look at some of those dudes who are like fucking artists, man,
Yeah.
like painters and
Yeah.
masters of their technique and stuff, and I'll be like, whoa, and it'll make me want to not participate
But
in
the-
my own expression.
The beauty of that, though, like no matter who it is, and like even with music or like with like art, with so many things, like there's a point in time where if you truly love something, you are synced to that other person. I believe, like, there's a point where you're like zoned out, doing painting or like building one of your frames or anything, you know what I mean? Like if you're in it, zoned out, and then once you're done, there's like someone you admire, like you both have had that like same sequence in your mind where you're just zoned and you're just honed in to whatever
Yeah.
you're doing, you know what I mean?
No, break free,
Yeah.
the mind free of thought.
Yeah,
kind of
and
thing.
it's like it's good to have like yourself slapped in the face.
Yeah.
And but it's at the same time where it's also good to to be like, you know what, this is pretty sick. Like, I'm stoked on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's
and it's good to be like, dude, like, I look up to this dude, and like, I feel like I kind of nailed something like him. You know what I mean? And
oh yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, no matter what, like, no matter if someone's like, you kind of suck. It's like, regardless of that, like, you have this like weird connection with these like people you admire or whatever. You know what I mean? Because you like at one point in time you were both in the exact same mind state.
Exactly. No, that's what's trippy. I had this realization. I was like the stuff I was making that I didn't like would sell like immediately.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, it's so trippy. And then I was like, oh, I'm just I create the thing for their wall that they wanted. It's not even mine.
Yeah.
I'm just the medium, because I just do my thing because it's how I like my meditation, whatever. And I put it in a bag and I shove it under the.
Yeah.
I take a photo and I shove it in a bag.
Yeah.
And I put it on Etsy and like that's
but
it.
Even that process though, like the process of constant creating, like that's if you don't do it, you lose it. You know.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like if like you go out skating today, have a shitty day skating, like at least you skated.
Yeah, you gotta have the shitty days.
You went out skating.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got like you skated, like you kickflipped, you tray flipped, you fucking hit the coping, came in. Like that day, you're like, I'm not really down, but you did it. Like,
yeah.
Your mind, the gears are still moving and pumping. You know, we don't want to let them sit and fucking get some buildup going on. You just got to keep the.
Well, that was like him. Like I like most people have kids and view it as a reason to go to the couch, right?
Yeah.
Like I hear a lot of that. And I remember looking at him. I was doing carpentry, banging it out all the time, dude. And he was looking at me and he was like, dude, you're not, no. Like, you need to be shred ready when I'm ready to go, dude. Like, you gotta be like my road dog here.
Yeah.
And it was this weird thing where I was looking at him and he was like, no, dude. I don't get to be the excuse for you turning in your boards, bro.
Yeah.
Like, fucking do what you gotta do,
he's
dude.
Like, Dad, no pussy talk.
Yeah, do what you gotta do. Quit the carpentry job, go work at the rehab, whatever it is, but you don't use me as your excuse to burn out on, like, it was this weird trippy thing. He was just sending me the energy of like, because most people are like, oh, I had a kid and I couldn't do this anymore and I couldn't do, dude, he's actually like propelled me to do more.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, cause
you get creativity and inspiration from him.
Yeah, but I found a way to do it. Like, I remember when I first had him, and I was like, I wanted to go skate, and I was like, I remember seeing this dude at the skate park. Just park his kid's stroller right there at the Venice skate park and go skate. And I was like, dude, and he would just sit there and be like stoked. People would be tripping out because I would just park him with seats and skate around, you know, and they'd be like, who's this kid just? Yeah. But he's right there, you know what I mean? It's not like he's...
No, I mean, it's also a thing where, like, 10 years ago, people would be like, what the hell, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, it's a thing where, like, you're saying you saw the dude do it, and you're just like, oh, this isn't even that crazy, like...
Yeah.
You park your kid no matter where you go. Like,
yeah,
you know what I mean? It's like, so what if I park him there and do a couple fucking backside tails or kick turns or whatever?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know, let's go, getting my thing in, so like...
And he's probably hyped too.
Oh, he sits at the park and he's like... I didn't sit him at a skate park. He just in awe.
Yeah.
And I think the other day he was having a blast watching you skate.
Yeah. And it's like we were saying earlier, like there's no right way to do it.
No. There isn't, man.
Yeah.
Well, that's the joke.
As long as you teach them good.
Yeah, dude. That's the joke with the books, man.
Yeah. Yeah. There's no book on just fucking falling down on your ass.
Well,
there's no real book at least.
The book though is the one with your partner though. With my gal.
Well, that's a whole different animal.
Yeah,
that's a whole different interview right there. That's a whole different animal.
No, but that's where like the actual like there are some ways to go about it that are pretty like fucking textbook, dude. Like how my buddy just had his kid, and I was like, look, dude, about like your wife and like this window you're going through, like, dude, you just gotta shut the fuck up, man. You gotta let her have her. She just carried a baby for 9 months, dude. Yeah. I know now because I went through it and probably had to listen to some other dudes. But I'm telling you, dude, just like leave her the fuck alone.
Yeah.
It'll be fine, dude. You'll get to a point you'll be able to load up your dude in the car and you're off. And you're going about your business. Because you have this weird thing. You got the kid, and you're like, and it's like, dude, he's looking at you like, no, I don't even, who are you? You're not important to me. You don't have a boobie. That's my one. I will get to you down the line, but you know, I want in. Yeah. But no, it's your sideline for like another 9 months.
Yeah.
Your sideline from the time you're told, like, we're having a baby. It's now you're off to the funny farm for 9 months.
Yeah.
With her, because she's going through the changes, and then it's another 9 months because now it's
You just
the
gotta
baby.
suck it up.
Yeah, you got to suck it up. But you know, short attention span theater and the whole thing, like, you want in, but you can't now. But then your time's, then it's like.
Do you want me to grab a charger?
No, I'm on the call. We got 20%, so we're doing good, man. You know, we can't do this forever, dude.
Yeah. I don't even know. I'm having a good time.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Well, no, that's my whole trip with it. So when I was coming down the freeway, passing Carson, I was like, I remember the first time I did one of these. I was with Tori Pudwell, right? Mm. But that one I did it because I was doing it for what's his name at the shoe company there, and I edited it down, right?
Yeah.
And I did it with the fucking questions and the cut,
like,
and I was like, I did my next interview with Richie Jackson, was just on the fly up on the bluffs with the handheld and just the complete upload. And I was like, dude, all the good stuff from Tori's gone.
Yeah.
Was and I was like, never again
You don't get the character.
Never again will I do the interview with the broken thing. Like, because that's like not, who cares?
Yeah.
Like, it's not about skating. I could fucking read about that all day long, dude. It's like,
it's funny because it's like the I feel like the best interview I've ever had, like because it's not like because every skateboard interview is like the same.
Yeah.
It's the same template and it's the same like, so where are you from? Like, how is that? Like, who are your favorites? And like, what do you think about now? It's just like, it's kind of like a stockade of like the same stuff, you know?
Well, no, because as a guy, that was like when I started making the No Balls, No Nets videos. I would watch the skate thing and I'd be like, dude, it's just people skating around with music. And I started doing my own voiceovers with it. Because I was like, dude, like because everything becomes very in the, what is it? Templated out, man. Like cookie cutter, like at a while where I was like, I got to do my thing.
When something works, people like kind of form to that.
Yeah.
It's like, that works. Let's try to stick it. That's a rectangle. Well, let's not go exactly rectangle, but we'll have the same many sides in the shape.
Yeah,
you know
dude,
what I mean?
it's trippy, man. Formula.
Yeah, the same formula.
But then that's no fun, dude, because no one cares.
Nah.
They want to know.
I mean, we were like, because Dakota, I was like, dude, like when I found out you were there, Dakota's really never heard of you, and I was just like, dude. Like, I was so stoked, and then like,
sick,
man.
And
I was like, dude, fuck yeah, the Illusion's there, and he's like, who's that? And I was like, oh my god, you don't know who the fuck the Illusion is, you know? And just because I was like a fan, like when I told you, I was like, dude, huge fan, because I've seen your interviews, but I was more actually a fan of the like when you get boxes, like,
okay,
like I love just because like what you say and like how you like put the T-shirt on and you're just like just like everything about it to me is just like super rad.
Christmas. Well, it's this weird thing where like it's like
because everyone, I mean, no matter who you are, unless you're a complete fucking asshole, you have that like, dude, this is like hell yeah, I got like a rad shirt.
Yeah, someone sent me something, man.
And you're like you're fucking you're like just everything about you like is like it's like genuine and cool and funny. You know what I mean? It's not like contrived, so it's like, dude, this is, and we were watching, it's like, dude, this guy's fucking, like, I had no idea about this dude, and I was like, dude, he's super sick, and then, obviously, like, we posted a photo on the Bro Style Instagram, which is, like, my company, which is, like, I posted it on there, and dudes were like, what, you met him? And, like, I was asking other dudes, like, do you know him personally? They're like, nah, he's just a sick dude, you know?
Ah, sick, man. No, it's a trippy world with the social media, right? Like, I mean, I looked at it as a weird thing as when I pushed the button once upon a time.
Hey, someone was like, I know what Leo means. Those opening up the boxes are great.
Dude, but it's like because it's this thing where it's like when I got sober, right? My spiritual advisor was like, the key to it all now is childlike enthusiasm. just approach it all
Just
like
staying
like a
dope.
newborn, dude.
Yeah.
Like, and then all of a sudden the YouTube thing sort of just took on a life of its own. And like I remember, like the first box I ever got was the one from Etnies. Like the box, like what, dude? Clothes.
Yeah.
Like I was broke.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah.
And then like the boxes just started showing up, and I was like, this is like Christmas. Like what? There's a box for me.
Yeah.
Like it's just that weird thing. Like a box showed up, dude. Like a mystery box. Like
Yeah.
and stoked. Like I've never gotten a bad one. I don't think I've ever gotten a box where I'm
Even
like,
in a box where there's like more, like even when you get a box, like I get like boxes like every other month. Like I don't go through stuff that often, but like but no matter what, like do you see a box like in your front?
yeah,
like,
you're
like,
stoked.
I
Have
fucking
a box.
yeah. You're no matter what, you're always like, dude, like
Well, we
you
had
gotta know what's in there, but you kind of don't, and you're like, fuck.
Well, we had a big thing with my landlord, right? So, like, I love the mail. Like, people send me letters and stuff and, like,
Yeah.
cool stuff. So the mail is this thing where I'm like, yeah. And now that I can actually, I'm responsible, like, bills are like, yeah, dude, I'm going to pay that bill, dude. Like, like I get all fired up, like, dude, I'm going to pay that,
I'm
dude.
still not that. I haven't figured that out.
It took a long time, dude. But so my landlord has the key to the mailbox. We live way up in the hills. And we went through this thing where they won't let us have a key, but they won't pick up the mail regularly. So it was this thing. So I got this guy right now. He's trying to send me this stuff from my back, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Dude, what have you got?" I'm going, "Dude, you don't understand. The neighbor with the key and the landlord, and they're like, what?" I go, "Look, man, I've been there. I've already let it go, dude.
Yeah.
Like it just shows up when it's supposed to, dude.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've never lost anything. It just, but I'll get
It
these-
takes a little longer.
yeah, but it's this weird thing where, and I had to explain it because they're like, go get a P.O. box if you're so worried about the mail. And I go, look, I had to sit her down and go, look, one of my favorite things that our society offers is the mail. Like I
so
love the mail, man, because it blows my mind that no matter where you live, I can send you a piece of mail and some dude's gonna walk around and deliver it to your like.
Yeah, it's funny because you don't really think about it because people are so like on their phone messages, but like
Oh, the
if
mail's
you
the greatest.
write a letter, stamp it, go
It's
put
getting
it in
there.
there, and it's getting there.
It's gonna get there,
Yeah.
man. Doesn't matter where,
Yeah,
dude. It's getting there,
yeah.
dude. And I think that's to me is such a rad thing. It's so proof that as you know how as dumb as the system is it still works.
Yeah.
You can send
Some parts of it still work.
Yeah, but that's pretty much a global thing.
Yeah.
Like I can send a letter if I got an address anywhere on the planet,
Yeah.
even to China. Well, I don't know. I mean, it might get censored, but like, so I had this thing with the neighbor where I had to like sit her down and explain, like, no, that's this thing about the mail, and it's like means this thing to me.
Yeah.
And she was like,
She was like, "What the hell are you talking
"You're
about?"
crazy," but I kinda can
I would
wrap
think.
my head
I
around
would
it.
think most people nowadays are probably just like. I mean, like, kids. I mean, I would say he's probably not gonna really like mail. Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? It's just like I've gotten letters before. Like, how many people have gotten like actual letters from people other than it's just like a faceless bill? You know
Oh
what I mean?
yeah, that's what I mean. I'll get a handwritten letter, and it'll be like
Yeah.
some dude sat down with pen and paper and wrote me a letter.
Yeah.
And about, hey dude, blah 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 blah, and I'll be like, I've kept them all. My one big mistake I made is I didn't keep all the emails.
Yeah.
Like now I do, but like anything anyone's ever sent me that I haven't given away for like a charity thing, like I have it all in the archives.
Yeah.
Like one day I'm just like, I have not looked at it, but like there's just people made these stickers, trippy stuff, man. It's so
sick.
it's trippy, dude. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
When people get stoked and it's like there's this thing going on where like there's kids out there like hanging out, like there's some kid out there right now like, oh, Leo and the Illusion are fucking
Someone's
hanging out
listening.
having a beer and some water, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking San Pedro. And it means it's important to them, like it's their connectivity to the world. You guys are important. And for me that was the thing that when I got it started going was these people are important. Because I remember what it felt like to be unimportant. Like just some dude lost. Some guy lost on the planet fucking with his blow. And I'm gonna going live. You're live. We're live. I'm gonna go and make it. I'm gonna take him down to the battleship. We're gonna cruise around Long Beach and check Long Beach out. Like,
So it worked out.
yeah, it was rad. I was sitting down there on the battleship. Like, I've always wanted to do it. Like some dumb thing I always wanted to do. But but it's that thing with traffic, right? Like when I saw when I talked to you yesterday, I hit the thing to see how long, and I was like, wow, dude. But it's so close, but it's so far.
Yeah.
Because I was reading some article recently about how in LA, you don't tell someone how far it is. You tell how long it's going to be to get there.
It's like the distance isn't the
because
factor.
it's really close.
Like for here, LA from here is like it would be like a 20-minute drive.
Yeah.
But with normal.
It's 2 hours.
Yeah, it's like
dude.
2 hours.
It's
yeah.
crazy. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go about it a whole different way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna forget it. It's going to take however long, but we're going to pack all our stuff. We're going to go on an adventure.
Yeah.
And see what the world has to offer.
Yeah. You look stoked.
Oh, he's fired
Look
up.
at him. He's like, he's hyped.
That's the thing, man. Like, he's pumped. And that's the weird thing about it all. It's like, how does it all come together? And it's your ow.
He's like, that's how it comes together. It'll spark you up real quick.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of cannibal in him, dude. No, but it's this entertaining thing where, like, again, how you view it, right? Like how you view the world. Because most people want it to be something. I don't know what it is. I did all that shit once. I want it to look a certain way. Like, I don't care anymore, man.
I don't know what it looks like. That's why I want to get out there.
Yeah, I gotta say that was the one thing where I'm a little like, I haven't traveled since we've had the guy. Like, I went to Chile, came back, boom, child, lockdown for a while. Because I'm a little like, I don't get how people fly on planes. Now, he's a good dude, as you can tell.
Yeah.
Like,
you mean with kids or just?
Yeah, like the kid goes sideways on some flight somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, cause he goes sideways, dude, and it's like, I was at a Ross dress for last night, and I took him over to the cars to get him a car thing, and he was all stoked and hanging out there, and I was like, all right, pick your one, and he was like, nah, and so I grabbed him, and we got the one that he seemed to like the most, and he lost his mind, dude, like, lost his mind. And I had this moment sitting in the store where, like, my initial response was just to bail.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I'm getting this stupid car, dude.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there and I was like, all right, this has got to be training for if I'm on a flight. Because that's what I started thinking, like, okay, I'm on an airline. Now what do I do?
Yeah,
and I was like, I don't know what you do.
Yeah, you just
Maybe I got to read the book. There's probably a book on that, dude.
there might be an airplane baby book.
because I don't get it. Like that's a long time for him to sit anywhere.
Yeah, the good old days, you just like pour a little whiskey in their milk.
Yeah, well, you know, if you're in AA, that's the story you hear. Oh, my mom fed me whiskey when I was a baby. Like, look at me now. Ah! You're like, dude, maybe not. He's like, yeah. My crazy parents, no way,
you
dude.
might need to get the book for that one.
Yeah, but eventually we're getting ready, man. It's almost that time to start traveling.
Yeah.
Fires me up. And you get up to Oregon.
Look at he's like I'm trying to get out of your lap right now. I'm trying to hit the road already.
He's checking you out, dude.
He's scanning me right now.
Oh yeah, he's full scanning. So my spiritual advisor died, but he was like, when they get about like 2, when they start talking pretty well, you just ask them, what was it like in your previous life? And the ego hasn't kicked in with them, and they'll tell you all about it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's supposedly this thing. Like, you got like one shot at it, and like they'll go off for like a day, and then they'll never bring it up again. I'm pretty convinced he was a Maori, like the New Zealand native. He does this weird dance.
That's what you think where he was?
Yeah, he's a Maori because he does this crazy like dance thing, and it's exactly what those Maori dudes do. And the thing, and he gets all into it, and he bangs his feet on the ground and does the whole thing, and I'm like, I think that's what he was. Yeah,
Was it Maori?
It was a gnarly Maori Indian dude. Chasing down whales, swimming out there and just wrestling whales and stuff, dude. Yeah. Either that or he's something with books.
He loves books.
He's books. He's book crazy. And maybe that's just because we don't have a TV, but he can sit and do the book thing.
Yeah.
And he checks it all out, looking for cars.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Love cars?
Loves the cars, man. Loves the cars, dude. Bus is his first word.
Bus.
Bus.
That's sick.
Bus. Everything's a bus. Bus, boat. He was fired up on the boat.
Oh, he was made for the road.
Oh, yeah. He loves it.
He's going to live on the road this one.
Yeah. He's really good at the travel thing, which super stoked me out. He's done. I think we're done too. We're gonna get the low battery. So all right, people. That's the cosmic sign here. We might have a part 2 one of these days, man. Din Duffin, what you're chatting about, EO. I don't see. I can't read the stuff, dude. That throws me off, dude.
Not looking at it then.
No, you can't. You just gotta power through it. So you're off for a worldwide adventure here in the next couple months.
I'm off to skate everything I can, eat anything I can. I just want to just do new.
Do new.
Yeah, there's there's this interview where Bob Dylan talks about. They ask him about like his previous songs that he's written and like how'd you do that and like how'd you write that, and he's just like, I don't know how I wrote that, I just did it, like it just happened at that one time, you know. And they're asking him like, and it's like, and he says like, he's like, I can't do that now, but I can do other things, which is like really interesting to me. It's like he doesn't see as like not being able to write those songs anymore as like bad. He's like, I did that. Now I can now I can do other stuff that's fucking rad, you know. Or just I can just do other stuff, you know. And then the interview goes on, and they just keep on like kind of like asking him these questions, which it's like from the interview standpoint, it seems like they're pestering because seems like he gets all these questions all the time, and they ask him like, why do you keep doing it? Like, why are you like, how is it that your music changes or whatever? And he says, which kind of like resonated for me in skating, because what Bob Dylan says is like, he's like, if a true artist is in a state of becoming, like you always have to be doing something new. You can't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like it's like when we were talking about like how saying stagnant, it's like you can't. You gotta like keep moving. You can't stay still. If you stay still for too long, then you can lose the fire.
For sure. Well, no, that's why people trip when all these artists like do their new thing. Like, wait, you're supposed to be. No, I did that.
Yeah.
Like that's that's last season's.
Yeah, and it's funny because he's one of the dudes that like was like in the forefront of like political and civil rights movement stuff. You know what I mean? And it was like new ideas, and then he was like the poster boy for it. And then he went electric, and then all those people that were about free thinking and open-mindedness, they turned against him. You know what I mean? And it's always one of those things where it's like people like it's just like what you're preaching. You're completely going against that because you're like.
Well, there's a lot of that. The closed-minded thinking.
Yeah. But someone like Bob Dylan, who's like being called like a traitor or whatever, he's like, you guys are back there. I'm over here. I'm going that way. Like you guys stay back here. I'm going that way. And it's just like what we were talking about earlier. It's like you can't. You gotta just keep moving. You can't stand still. If you stand still, then you're just gonna pile out and just whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You gotta roll with the punches and just keep moving.
That's it, man. No, you got to make it to the city.
Yeah.
Find that city in China, dude.
If you get halted, you just gotta like. Be happy you got to where you're at until you.
You're supposed to look around, right?
Yeah, you look around, but then like once you're done looking, leave nothing behind and just keep going.
Well, I had that. That's the thing that I was taught in this new part of my life is you're always where you are because that's where you're supposed to be. Like we're supposed to be sitting here right now, talking, hanging out, doing our thing. We're not supposed to be over there, anywhere but here. So wherever you are, whenever you're there, it's like, oh, you're supposed to be there. It was like the traffic thing, like, oh, like, yeah, of course I'm in traffic. It's right where I'm supposed to be, or I'm in the middle of China, or
you
wherever.
were there that day we were skating.
Yeah, exactly. That was sick. That was super. That's how I like it, man. It's total, like, it's like the game of Zelda.
Yeah.
You just, you know, you just keep going and collecting like little coins and treasures along the way.
Yeah.
And
Be like Zelda. Keep going.
that's sick. So Leo, thank you for. I really do appreciate your time and making
Thank
this
you.
happen, and gave me a good excuse to adventure.
Stoked to be a part of the
You're
club,
You're
dude.
part of the dream,
I'm part
dude.
of the club.
Dude, it's so
Thank you.
sick. So yeah, we'll catch up when you get back from your whirlwind
Yeah,
adventure,
we'll have a
which
long
could last
chat.
anywhere from a year to 10.
Who knows? Hopefully it lasts 10.
Yeah, dude. No, that's sick. And when you get to the city in China, dude.
I'm gonna have to. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get more information about that.
Dude, there's you know who knows all about it is Guy Mariano.
Okay,
He's been there. But there's also a documentary where these English skate kids, they go there.
Yeah.
And it's rad. It's out in the middle of the Gobi Desert. It's like the abandoned cities of China or something.
Okay.
There's a couple of them.
I'm sure I could find it on the internet somewhere.
Yeah, just Google
on
it,
the Matrix
man.
that we're all a part
just
of.
Go boom. I'm here. Where's your? But the hottest is Guy Mariano. I was like, so how? I go, how were the legends? He's like, well, we went back the next year and they were all broken up. And he's like, because they were made in China.
Yeah.
I was like, of course,
Yeah.
dude. They were built to last.
Yeah.
I smell a poopy diaper on this dude too. All right, you guys. So we're out. Thanks for joining us. And remember, dude, a rolling stone gathers no moss.
Exactly.
That's it. So look for Leo out there in the world, dude. I'm sure we'll be seeing some spreads and some magazines about this adventure. It'll be nice. Support his brand. So you have a company.
Yeah, bro style. Actually, we're gonna send you a box.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's bro style. So you're supposed to take care of that in the front, dude.
I said bro style.
Did you say bro
I
style?
said bro
Okay,
style.
all right.
Yeah.
Because we got to get all the work in the meeting. That's the all right. That was the one thing on the final deal that I always used to trip on interviews. Was like the last thing. Like, no, dude, you need to get that out in the front.
Yeah.
Like, it's all these kids.
Get the work out of the
people
way.
like that's
Yeah.
their shit. They're trying to support themselves.
Yeah,
With. At
I'm
the
like-
end, I'm
yeah.
already fading, man.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
last question, I'm out, dude.
Yeah. We're gonna get you a box though.
That's sick. Oh yeah. Yeah, show them how to use the saw, dude. This is one of the things where my wife, she's like all about the kid picking up saws and knives and stuff. It's like, oh, you shouldn't let them have the saws and stuff. And I go, no, dude, you should, and teach them how to use them properly. So
Yeah.
that way they're not like
Stabbing shit.
Because my stepdaughter, dude, she wouldn't use the knives. Like, and she was like 10. I'm like, dude, come here. We're gonna be talking about the knives,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Like, dude, you gotta be able to use a knife.
Yeah.
Cut your steak.
No, come on, yeah.
Your dad used to cut her steak for her.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah, it's like you better teach them how to do it instead of
Yeah,
just
'cause-
finding out accidentally or something.
Yeah, and then next thing you know, they're gonna slice their hand off. All right, we're out. Done. Yeah, and